Greetings everyone, and thank you for listening to us. Just to be clear, this podcast will be handling a story with some very mature themes such as drug abuse, occultism, cruelty, extreme violence, foul language and others. Please, if you do not feel ready to listen to such content, consider listening to some of our other shows instead. Thank you. Let us begin. These are nights of changes. Neo-Sofia is a city of young Kindred who fight for territory and control over the human, political and criminal worlds. At the dawn of a new war between the shaky alliance of the Invictus and the Cartians against the Circle of the Crown, one young Kindred seizes new opportunities, making both allies and enemies along the way. As the sun sets, the Night Society begins to awaken. Vladi opens her eyes to see the ceiling of the old house in which she moved in only yesterday. Remove one vitae as you wake up.
Okay.
As you're doing that, memories of the previous night enter your mind. Your newly formed wheat-dealing network had already faced a threat by the dealers whose territory you are trying to move in. Although you dealt with the situation by killing the goon who threatened you, you tasted vitae in his blood. You realize there is another beast within the room. You see your sire, Marietta, sitting on a chair, watching over you.
Well, good evening, Mom.
I hope you slept well.
Oh, most definitely.
So how was your last night? I'm sorry for being a little absent at the end of its part. I hope you didn't face any troubles.
Oh, it was quite eventful. The reconnaissance mission, if I could call it that, was a success. I have gained the trust of Vrazhden, and he has accepted me as a potential ally.
That is great news. Very well, Vladi. Very well done. So, what did you talk about?
Oh, this and that, the history of the clans, specifically the history of us Ventrus.
Mm-hmm.
I did not tell him that I was sent by you. I did not tell him I had any involvement with the Crones. I merely said I was a young Kindred who was looking for mentorship, for she was forsaken by her sire.
Many lies can be woven around a little truth, can they?
That's what makes him beautiful. Suddenly, you smell the aroma of coffee. Stitch enters the room with a warm mug, and I ask
Throws
her...
it at you. Yeah, why not? That's canon. Your conversation is interrupted by a coffee machine, and you see Stitch, who just passes by, the door frame of your room, and as you two lock eyes, you can see only disgust in hers, and she just disappears into the hallway.
Now, Mom, why will the vampire need a cup of coffee? Do you house any ghouls in the house?
That is a very good question, and Stitch is very secretive about it.
Well, you see, I'm asking because yesterday I had some dealings with a very, very awful man who...
Someone else than Vrazhden?
Yes. As I told you, I had another errand to run after my meeting with Vrazhden. And I had to defend myself, and I had to kill a man who turned out to be a ghoul. I do not know whose ghoul it was. I just know that he had every intention of killing me, so I had to do away with him.
Do you think that's a truthful statement as a player, that he was trying to kill you?
Almost definitely.
Almost definitely. Okay. So there is no need to lie then.
No. I think he definitely... After what I told him, I think he was gearing up for a fight either way. So yeah, I believe Vladimira believes that she was killing in self-defense.
Marietta seems to be thoughtful for a moment, and she reacts, this is fascinating, but it's not surprising. If you have harmed someone's ghoul, though, you are challenging his master. I would suggest you take extra care of your business for the time being, because whoever ghouled this goon would be pissed of losing an asset, an asset that most definitely was very useful, information-wise or organization-wise, and so on and so on.
Well, they have no evidence of this ghoul dying from another vampire.
Yes, that is correct. Although it is also a bit hard to believe that a human would have been capable of killing a ghoul, as they are quite resistant, but not immortal.
In my experience, ghouls are not as bulletproof as we are.
Yes, they're not, definitely. I'm just saying that it is very possible that the thought does pass the mind of the master, that their ghoul was challenged by a kindred. But pay no attention to that. Ghouls come and go, and you were defending your territory and your status. So it is, as Ventru, it is important for us to take the challenge. But let's go back to the meeting with Vrazhden. I'm very interested to hear how it went.
So he was quite nervous. It would seem some gangrels had found his hideout and were, I don't know if threatening him is the right word. I would say he was feeling in danger, so he asked me if I could provide him with any protection. I of course agreed, because I do have some men under my command. And in return, he promised to provide me with information for our clans, for his own plans, and for the upcoming war.
I see. What did he mention about the war?
Well, he said there are too many Kindred in Neo-Sofia right now, and that there is going to be a killing. He said that the Invictus are very keen on thinning our numbers, Mother.
Yes, I am aware of that. It is very beneficial not only for the Invictus and the Cartians, but for the Wansea as well, that the Crown in the south is being defeated, forced to retreat, and it opens up a lot of territories. Aside from the Invictus, we definitely own the most territory in Neo-Sofia, and it's no secret that Tarnov has been thirsting for these territories for quite a while, and we've already had plenty of troubles with his sheriff. But what you're saying about Vrazhden makes me think. He has benefited from the protection of the Invictus before, so it's very interesting that he is asking you for protection. He's careful not to become too involved with them. I already know that, but I'm curious to find out what brings this cautiousness, and if we can possibly strike a better deal.
Well, what he said was he was a historian, and historians are very sought after in times of war.
That is correct.
Obviously, the Invictus have the leverage to buy his services, whether or not he wants to.
So he's reluctant to be employed by the Invictus.
I don't think employment would be the right word if they're as aggressive as you imply.
The Invictus are mainly made of Ventru and Devas. And I guess you very well know how many ways of striking deals we can have. It's not needed for him to feel threatened, but I guess this time he does. That is very curious. And you're absolutely correct that he will be sought in this war. And that's the reason why I am so interested in him. Vrazhden has done some research on the Crones before, and his knowledge is being discussed among the other matriarchs of the Crone, whether he should be eliminated for it, or, as I am trying to suggest, be invited into our side. You see, if Vrazhden does have enemies, these gangrel that you're speaking of, you should indulge his fears and play with them.
Oh, most definitely.
Offer your help, get close to him, and the secrets that this little Ventru knows are a weapon that we should use against Tarnov and his allies, instead of them against us.
Sir, yes, sir.
She smiles. I'm just very happy to see you at work, to see how by the night you managed to get results. The Crown definitely would benefit from another proactive kindred like you. Yeah, that makes me happy. That definitely makes me happy. I see only a bright future for you within us. And I'm not saying this to, play with your ego in any way. You'd be surprised how quickly kindred become stale and try to remain in one place. It's almost inhuman. So she actually stands up.
Straightens her.
Yeah, straightens her dress, and says, "I have yet another busy night, sadly. But if you have any questions, I can answer them now."
Just one. Well, I guess two. When will the ceremony of my acceptance take place, and what should I do to prepare for it?
Those are both very good questions. We're yet to discuss with my housemates the situation about the ceremony, but I assure you it will be very soon. We're talking about days, possibly. It is just that as right now we are preparing for war, we feel that we need to take some matters, some time-sensitive matters into hand first. But also, I am thinking that your ceremony can be used as a great motivator amongst our ranks and the other crowns. So I think it is crucial to time it well regarding this war.
As you wish, Mom.
If this is all, I have to apologize, but I have to go and meet a lot of more Kindred tonight. Many of our allies need to be talked to as we're preparing for these first strikes.
I curtsy and I say, have a very pleasant evening, Mother.
You as well, daughter. And as she leaves, you can hear the cawing of her crow somewhere in the distance. And yep, you are now alone in the old house of the Crowns. What do you do? What do you plan for tonight?
I would like to find the library.
You would like to find the library, a 24/7 library.
No. I mean, something like a bookshelf in the house.
Oh, yes.
Some books in the Crown's own lair.
As you go into the living room, you can see this giant antique bookshelf, which is filled with books of various age, pretty much. You can see very few books that are modern day printed. There are plenty of books printed during the time of socialism in Bulgaria. And there is a shelf with not only books, but with notebooks, diaries, and other of the like that spawn from the years of 1870, the early 1870s, up until the 1930s or something like that. So this shelf is filled with a lot of knowledge about Bulgarian history in general. And how about you roll me? What would you roll me? Please roll me intelligence plus academics.
Excellent. I have 3 dice. Thankfully, because I think the mental were -3 and unskilled. And I have a single success.
A single success. As you go through them, you can see there are nothing really that seems like Kindred literature within this bookshelf. Although you find some books with notations done on them, you see like added PVC transparent pages to some of the books, which pages have written with markers on them specific notes that where you lay them on the book page, you can see someone's notations and trains of thoughts as they go. And also you notice that most of these books the notes are done by different handwritings. So this is a collection. This is a collection done by many people who have investigated these things. For this one success, maybe I should give you some sort of a hint. You find information about a name that you have heard before. Someone called Vesta. That information regards some sort of not really a movement, but like an event which duration was a couple of months worth of time during the early 1900s, sorry. And apparently some sort of a gypsy Kwan, which is in the book is referred as the Mehet, have been abducting children. And in the notes, it is written, most likely, Vesta comes from this age, and this is how she was recruited into the Roma Mehet.
Now, at this point, a bit of meta knowledge. Vlad is still not aware of Vesta as Tarnov's own witch.
I would say that Ugnian has already reported to you that Tarnov does have some sort of a sightseer.
Farseer. Farseer.
Yeah.
Because the sightseer is a
that
tourist.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my god, yeah, some sort of a farseer. Or a future seer, as he thinks.
Okay, well, I'll spend some time reading all these notes. I am very, very interested in earlier Bulgarian history. If there's anything like that, which is annotated by these handwritings.
Because the library is quite big, how much time do you really want to spend tonight?
Oh, I'll just probably look for a book or two which span the earliest periods.
The earliest periods. Okay, so there is roll me another intelligence plus. Let's say intelligence plus investigation. Actually, this time.
4 dice. And 0 successes.
0 successes. The encyclopedia which you find that has information on the earlier periods of Bulgarian history. We're talking about 5th century towards 11th century, has almost no notations, and the ones that you find are pretty much you cannot understand what is going on with them.
Oh well, worth a try.
You can definitely ask questions to the rest of the house members whenever they're in. But yes, this night, this is as much research that you can do on this place.
Okay, well, I don't have any official Crone business to attend to. I might... I want to call Rado.
You want to call Rado? Yes. So, you ring the phone, and he picks up. Hey, Vladi. What's going, girl?
Oh, not much. How was the rest of your night?
I mean, I pretty much headed straight back to home, made some calls, tried to keep tabs on all the boys that I found, and today is just another day of hustling, you know?
Okay, we talked about sending a detail of our bodyguards over to one of my newer acquaintances, didn't we? Yesterday.
Yes.
How soon do you think we'll be ready with that?
I can do it tonight.
Oh, excellent. I'll just give him a call. And I'll text you the details, okay?
Yeah, all right.
Very well. I hang up and I call Vrazhden.
Oh, okay. So when you were talking about a colleague of yours, you were talking about Vance with Rado, right? Or
I just told him I need some boys to guard a certain somebody.
Oh, you did tell him that yesterday. True. Yes, I did forget about that. Okay. You call Vrazhden. As you call Vrazhden, he picks up the phone very quickly, actually. Like, you call and pretty much immediately, the moment the signal goes through, he's already on. Oh, it's you.
Who are you expecting?
That's a great question. Listen, I think I have someone following me, like there in front of the building that I'm currently residing. I don't know if they're kindred or ghouls, but I would really benefit from your help. Can I rely on you?
Okay, just send me the address and I'll have the boys right over there.
Okay, come to this address and let's see who is so eager to indulge in my company. And he hangs up, and a minute later you get the address.
Okay, so I forward the address to Radu, and I tell him to send the boys right away.
So, okay, because I understood that you want a list of bodyguards, so you actually want people to be sent to the address, and you are not going to the address?
I am going to the address. I'm just making sure that I'm not gonna be alone.
Yep. Okay, that's a very good idea. So he can send 3 people. at such a short notice.
Okay.
And he says they're not really working with me, but let's say we have some favors going on around. But yeah, just try not to put the boys in too much trouble, okay?
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Sure thing, buddy. You be safe, all right? If you ever need anything, just call me.
Hopefully I won't need to.
So, you head towards the address. Vrazhden is located in a short block in Zone B5, an invisible ghetto close to the very center of the city. One would question how a van through Kindred found themselves there. The entrance of the building, as you get close, is on a short and thin street caught between the two boulevards. So pretty much there is almost no lighting on the street. Yes, where do you meet with the men? Were they specifically... What were the instructions given to them?
I just told them to head to the address.
Okay, so no extra instructions, they don't know who you are. Most likely Radu has told them.
I would definitely hope Radu told them.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I will introduce myself. The thing is, I will sneakily wait in the shadows to see, first of all, the people who are presumably harassing Vrazhden, and also to spot my own boys.
How about you give me a dexterity plus stealth check?
Very well. That's 4 dice.
That's 4 dice. 0 successes.
Goodness, I'm rolling us.
You discover very quickly that there are almost no cars on the street, and there is pretty much the walls are too tall to climb over them. So the street is very narrow and no place to hide. You see that there is a little bit of a meeting happening on the other side of the street. 5 people. 5 people that you can recognize are having some sort of a dispute going on. 2 of them do have dogs on leashes next to them. Those 2 people apparently are trying to explain themselves of something, and they are trying to retreat from the street going towards your direction. The other 3, they look like the man that most likely Radu has sent it.
Okay, so I'll walk over to the group of people, say, "Hey guys, what's all the commotion?"
So this is before the 2 with the dogs separate from the 3 and start walking towards you. Okay, so these 2 people are with black hoodies. They have masks, but they have removed the masks, like bandana type of masks. And you can recognize one of them is a woman, but kind of a more muscly built, like broad shoulders and everything. She does look like a fighter, pretty much. Short, but
stout.
With good arms, pretty much. The other one is like a standard guy, pretty much. Though more on the thin side, with a mean look on his eyes. And he's like, "Nothing to worry, miss. We're just about leaving here. These gentlemen seem to feel territorial, so we're not gonna dispute that."
Oh, we wouldn't want to have any accidents happen now, would we?
They kind of look at each other, surprised that you're just not a random passerby, as apparently they first have thought that.
Because this is a very good neighborhood, and I wouldn't like I wouldn't like to have its honor besmirched.
I really think you're mistaking us for someone. Have a good night. And the dogs are pretty much... they're actually not acting in any aggressive way. They are sitting very calm next to the 2 owners, but you can hear the growl that is building up in them, as they most likely, the dogs are aware of what you are.
Ooh. Okay, so I'm gonna smile at the 3, I would assume burly man, big tough guys, and I'm going to approach the 2 hoodied people. And I'm just gonna say, I meant no offense. You see, I'm just surprised I haven't seen either of you around this neighborhood before?
The woman here joins the conversation and says, do you know everyone in this neighborhood?
Well, I used to work here, so, yeah.
They understand that they're outnumbered, even with the dogs.
I'm trying to make it as clear as possible that I do not find any reason to have a conflict. I'm just being inquisitive.
Yeah. They say, look, we don't want any trouble. We were just walking the dogs out. It's a nice evening. But I really think that whatever the problem here is, it's not with us.
I'll talk to the boys as well. They don't seem like evil people. I dearly hope that they didn't cause any trouble.
The woman seems to want to say something, but the guy just, interrupts her and says, well, if it's possible, we'll just move on.
Yes. Have a nice evening walk.
Kind of try to hide a quick glance at the building where the address is as they turn around and they start walking.
Now, aside from the dog's pulses, did I feel anything from those two? Were they human?
Those two did have pulses.
Okay.
They did have pulses, definitely.
Okay.
As well as the 3 men that Radu has sent.
Obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
I turned back to the 3 guys. I smile at them, arms wide open, and say, "Excellent timing, my friends."
So, you're the chick that Radu has sent us to wait. What's the deal here? Were those the troublemakers?
I would assume so, yes.
You sure you don't want us to
No.
scare them a little bit more?
Oh, most definitely not. What I need you 3 good fellas to do is guard this building from any people like them, any suspicious, I'm sorry.
No worries.
Any suspicious people wandering around, because in there is a very, very important colleague of mine who I deeply hope will help me and Radu along, and by association you, to build up our business. You will of course be compensated for your guard duty, because I know this isn't necessarily your normal curriculum, but I would ask you to be vigilant. He is quite important.
Okay, roll me a presence plus persuasion type of roll. Let's go see how these bodyguards react.
Presence plus persuasion, that's 6 dice.
6 dice, okay.
Maybe I will have a success here. That's 1, 2... 2 successes.
2 successes. Okay. The guys look at each other and they say, well, we don't really work for Radu, but we do owe him some favors for before. As you say, you want us to guard the building. Do you mean for tonight? Or are you talking about a week? Or what's going on?
For now, let's say a week. And I know you do not work for Radu as of right now. However, there are some positions opening in our organization, and I would very much ask you to consider employment with me and him.
Kinda looks at the other two, and you kinda in their movements you can see that they're actually not a group. These 3 people, they don't know each other that well. Yeah, so apparently Radu has individually sent them over, but he still says, yeah, sure, I'm interested, and the other 2 guys not as well in interest.
I take out a wad of cash.
A lot of cash.
A wad, I mean,
okay, yeah.
a bunch of banknotes, and I count out 150 each.
150 each, all right.
That's a gift and a thank you for arriving on such short notice, and I deeply hope we will work with each other again. For now, I'll meet with the guy up there, and that's all I need from you right now. Just guard this entrance and stay vigilant.
All right. I think we do need to have a bit more conversation later on about this, but for tonight you can count on us, sure. Should we be worried about anything else? Or should we know about anything else?
As of right now, I'm sorry to say we don't have much information at all. That's what I'm gonna talk with him about. Hopefully I can present you something more useful after our conversation.
Okay.
So I walk past them and I go up to his apartment.
Okay, so as you get close by the door, you actually hear the buzz of the door opening. So apparently Vrazhden is watching as this is happening.
How helpful.
How helpful indeed. And as you enter the building, it's a very shitty building, actually. Obviously, the union of people that live in these apartments don't do any sort of maintenance on the communal area. And as you're climbing up the stairs, you can hear a door opening. And at the third floor, you see Vrazhden at the door frame. It says, that was a very quick response and very good timing. Good thing that those two weren't Kindred, or your 3 bodyguards were not going to be so lucky. But yeah, thanks. Thanks for that.
I aim to please.
He looks at the corridor and says, how about we continue this conversation inside? There is a woman here who doesn't know about all this. Okay?
Okay, I'll try to look as alive as possible.
Yeah, just let's keep the conversation a little bit more casual for now, okay?
Okay.
So, as you enter, the apartment is pretty much, you can see someone is putting a lot of care to look this place less miserable, pretty much. But it's not a fancy apartment in any way. You see a woman around her 30s at the kitchen smoking and says, are you the one that chased those people away?
The very same. I activate Bush of Life and I take out a cigarette of my own.
Okay. She gives you a lighter.
Thank you very much. So, I wasn't expecting that our friend here was with company, and I'm very much sorry to interrupt your conversation.
Oh, we were already interrupted tonight. You're most welcome.
Oh, by whom?
By those figures that were outside. They were most definitely there for us. That's what Vrazhden is saying, by the way. And the woman is bouncing her glance from you to Vrazhden and back and says, look, is there something that I should be worried about? Like, those people know where I fucking live. He says, look, sweetie, we're here just for a couple more days, okay? And let me just figure things out and we'll move to somewhere place. Vladi here, we have talked about. She has offered help.
As she says Vladi here, I offer my hand.
Yeah, she kind of reluctantly, give you a handshake and says, and how much is this help gonna cost us? Or what is it gonna cost us? And Vrazhden pretty much says, look, don't worry about that. I've got everything under control, okay? It's just, these last couple of nights are weird. I don't really know what's going on myself, but apparently some people are very interested in meeting me, and I'm not as interested in meeting them. This is all I can say. How about you leave me and Vladi have a little bit of a chat? Take some rest for now, okay? And she extinguishes her cigarette and leaves the room. Now the two of you are alone in the kitchen.
I'm gonna ask him, so were those the Cartians thugs?
I'm not sure if they're Cartians, to be fair.
Well, I'm sorry, I just assumed because, gangrels and all that.
From what I know, Dharma, the other prince of Invictus, also has some gangrels under her. So it could pretty much be either one of those, or it could be Kron gangrels. which actually may be the worst case scenario.
Let's hope it's not the last one.
He says, I'm really interested to not capture, but somehow have a meeting with these, but on my own terms.
With these, meaning the people who stalk you?
Those two people with the dogs, yeah.
Well, I don't think they'll be coming around anytime soon, honestly.
To be fair, I'm a bit surprised if they're just sending two ghouls to deal with a kindred. Yeah, I am an historian, but I am still a kindred. I don't know what exactly were they expecting to achieve.
I mean, with those dogs, I don't think it was a friendly visit. Either way.
Yes, definitely. And those dogs seemed to be quite tame. You said you're a Ventrue as well, right? Yeah, I mean, he knows you're a Ventrue, right? Yeah. These ghouls might have been taught the discipline of animalism. The one where they can communicate or even control animals.
Well, I mean, they could just be gangrels, they're dogs anyway.
Oh, you mean that the dogs were gangrels?
No.
Or you mean the people? Well, what I'm saying
those
is that
are gangrel
these ghouls, yes.
I'm just calling the gangrels dogs, is my point.
Yeah. Yeah, animalism is a discipline that we share with the gangrel clan. I myself use it quite a lot in order to keep myself safe. And that's why I'm assuming that they were using those dogs as some sort of a tracker. Some sort of a way to recognize kindred.
They did look awfully worried with me around, so I don't think I managed to fool our two friends in the black hoodies about what I am.
This might just be the scouting party, but I am getting more anxious. I don't wanna leave her here, especially during the day.
And were you planning to introduce us?
Honestly, not really. I prefer to keep her existence out of this. But as things are, I am eager to forge a trusting bond with you on this matter. But yeah, obviously I hope that you understand that I'm also careful with how quickly am I revealing my cards.
I don't mean to pry. If you want to share the information, you'll share it. That's none of my business.
You did help me. So you deserve to know. She's what anchors me to the more human side of things. We kindred do need a reminder of a sort. To be fair, I know that I'm not very honest with her about why am I with her, and that most likely she will suffer along the way. But this is a part of me, a selfish part of me that I cannot fully control.
That's very interesting. I want to ask you, Andy. You said Vrazhden is extremely old. Well, I mean, old by human standards. So this couldn't be his lover.
Oh wait, did I say that he's extremely old?
You only implied it, honestly.
I would say he's somewhere in his 40s.
No. I don't mean he looks old. You told me that his name is from another era.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I assumed that he's been a vampire for quite a long time. So that means that...
He definitely said, I've seen a lot of war, at least during the past 30 years.
Yeah.
Which means that he's been kindred at least since the fall of the Berlin Wall.
So she couldn't be his past lover.
Yes. She seems like a current one, maybe. How about you roll me just roll me the amount of humanity dice that you have.
Okay, that's a 4.
That's 4.
That's a 4. And I have a single success.
A single success. You can see that there is some sort of a tragic romance between them. So apparently she's a current lover.
Poor girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ask him about this. That's not... That's none of my business, as I told him. What I will ask is... Now with the upcoming war, what do you suppose you'll do? You said that the Invictus are eager to have you under their employment. but you don't sound like that's what you want.
Right now, I would prefer to fake my human life for a little bit more. And being part of whatever right now is going on is only going to put me and her in danger.
Fair point. So what do you think? What's your plan?
That's a bit hard right now to figure out completely. The fact that you yesterday appeared made me think a lot during the rest of the night. And apparently, as much as I'm hiding, there are ways for many people to track me. If I don't use someone's protection, it would just be harder from here on. And since Tarnov is trying to kill Neo-Sofia from its Kindred, I don't know how safe I am from this killing if I'm not working with the Invictus.
We are going to have to find you a more permanent and a more defensible place to live.
Yes, you did say that yesterday, and I'm looking.
I will try to help you with this. I'll see what I can do about finding some free real estate. But for now, I have these 3 fellows down there. I know they are not an adequate defense, but at least they should be a warning system.
That's true. That's true.
Hopefully they will give you a chance to at least escape if something happens. In the coming days, we'll try to find a way of changing your whole living situation.
As the two of you are talking, you can hear screams and sounds of conflict and fighting outside the window. Vrazhden immediately looks at the window, looks through the window, and you can also hear the barking of dogs is returning. And he says, well, it seems that your warning system definitely is working. That right there is an actual Kindred. Do you look at the window? Through the window?
I just tell him, pack your things and meet me downstairs, and I bolt to the door.
Okay, so you can hear behind yourself that he's shouting the woman's name as they are, as he's telling her to pack. You're heading down, and as you are getting close to the door, you can feel the presence of the beast that is being active and thirsty for blood. As you come out, you can see the 3 bodyguards are alive, but already bloodied and sent to the ground, pretty much. In front of you stands a Kindred, an obvious Kindred, from Quan Gangrel. As you can see that the sharp claws on his arms are slowly returning to human hands once again. Roll me a resolve plus composure, please. Two successes. Both of you seems to recognize each other. This Gangrel you met at Saint Trinity, the district, when he was protecting an apartment, the apartment of the police officer that was investigating you. This Gangrel, you know, has worked before for Dharma, and most likely currently is as well.
I open my arms wide, I smile at him, and say, Spasian, is that you?
No, this is not Spasian.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. No worries, no worries. Yeah, well, I mean, I did say that you recognize him, so I will try to refresh your memory. As you were investigating that police officer a couple of months ago, there were 2 gangrels that knew that you were trying to hunt down the police officer, and they tried to stop you. Krumen, the deva that you were working with at the time, did take a large garbage.
Oh yeah, I remember those 2.
Is it a garbage container, pretty much?
Yeah.
And he just demolished them with it. Apparently, this guy is not dead, even though he was pretty much beaten to a pulp in the very literal sense of it. And yeah, that's him.
Well, I still open my arms wide and smile. And I just say, good evening.
He has a very disgusting kind of a laugh and a grin on his face, and he says, well, who do we find here? I wouldn't have thought that I would see one of Tarnov's little birds right here. What kind of a business do you have with little boy Vrazhden over there?
Oh, you're not here for me?
Sorry, sweetie. I mean, I can spare some time for you as well.
Now, what would your business be here?
You, by the way, can also sense the poses of the two people, the two hooded figures somewhere behind you. And as the dogs are being as silent as possible, you can also see that each of them has a crowbar in their arm. So in a way, the gangrel is at one side of the street, and these two are at the other side of the street, and has blocked it. But they're not doing anything right now. Sorry, what did you say when you asked me?
What's your business here?
I'm just here to talk, honestly.
Oh, well, I'm good at that, so let's talk.
Sure.
How have you been?
After your little Deva friend pretty much gave me a very intense physiotherapy.
Honey, I tried to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
I tried. He is beyond everyone's control.
Yes, I am very aware of his masquerade breeches. It's very dangerous to have such friends,
Oh, we're more of, acquaintances?
Look, it's not me who you have to explain these things to. And are you acquaintances with Vrazhden as well? Or are you buddies? And you can feel the pulse of the woman approaching the entrance door as well. And they are waiting on the inside, trying to figure out what's going on. But obviously, you can see in the gangrel's eyes that he also has noticed the pulse.
Yeah. Well, I tell him, that depends. Which answer will see me walk away from here intact?
That's a very sly answer, typical of a Ventru, and he pats on the floor, pretty much. Which I guess for him to do, he needs to have Bush of Life. So yeah, that's one waste. That's some way to waste with time.
He could spit out some of the blood he got from them.
Oh, true. I mean, yeah. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Let's say he spit some blood. He's been drinking.
I've been drinking as well.
So yeah. He says, look, we don't need to make any more noise. People are watching and listening. It's quite a lively part of town. I just need to sit down with Vrazhden and have a little bit of a conversation. You're invited in that conversation as well if you want. So how about we go upstairs and have a chat?
And the two friends you have over there with the dogs?
I can send them away. If that makes you.
I am just deathly frightened of dogs, is all.
His smirk grows even wider. And he says, sure. By the way, you may want to call some ambulance for your people here as well.
That is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I'm gonna call an ambulance, and tell them the address, and after I hang up, I'm gonna go to Vrazhden. And I'm gonna tell him, well, it seems trouble has found us, but if what he says is true, he's just here to talk. And I will be there for the quote-unquote talking, so I don't think he'll make any moves too radical tonight.
As you're saying that, you hear the gangrels tell to his ghouls, lose the dogs, and the two hooded figures just beat the shit out of their dogs with the crowbars. Yeah, on the street. And the poor dogs whimper and everything.
No.
And then they just go next to your people and they throw the crowbars at their feet, pretty much.
Well, at least we have a credible story for all the scratches.
Yeah. You kind of see that the woman is a little bit frustrated by all this. In in their body language, you can see that the guy pretty much is trying to convince her, look, this is part of the job, like, I'm sorry, and everything. And then the gangrel just shoos them away, pretty much. As that happens, and the woman next to Vrazhden is like, holy fuck. Yeah, I don't want that guy in my apartment. I don't want anything to do with him. And he says, look.
It doesn't have to be in the apartment.
Yes, it doesn't have to be in the apartment, true.
In the building, still away from the neighbor's eyes.
There is a diner close by. It's still open. Let's all of us go there. There will be people. There won't be a need for any of us to get excessive. So they leave their luggage pretty much...
At the door?
Oh, that's a good question. Are they going to leave it? Actually, they're going to take it with them. They're going to take their luggage with them.
Okay.
And...
I turn around to our gangrel friend. I straighten my dress. And I say, how about I treat you to dinner?
Sure, he says.
Okay, so we make our way to the diner?
Yep. As you're leaving, you can hear already the ambulance that is coming, which is quite fast, apparently. But yeah, the streets are a little bit more on the empty side tonight. And as you leave that mess with your bodyguards and with the cute dogs, there you head to the dinery, where Vrazhden, his woman, you and the gangrel sit in a small separate of the dinery. It's a very nice family dinery, like one of those cheap ones where for $5 you can pretty much
eat your fill.
Yeah, eat your fill like a king. Everything is extra oily, of course,
as it should be,
and lots of bread, and yeah, that type of dinery. So the gangrel orders, I don't know, something very meaty. Like, since you've not been human, you've never thought you can feel this much in your stomach without throwing up. Even with Bosch of Life. Vrazhden orders just coffee. The woman also doesn't feel like eating after seeing that thing with the dog, so she just orders like a glass of water.
And I'm gonna order a large vodka.
All right, a large vodka. We actually don't serve. We only have beer and wine. Is that okay?
Wine is perfect. Yes, thank you.
Okay, red or white?
Red.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, the waitress is this nice lady who, like, apparently she's a waitress, but she also kind of owns the business with her husband, most likely, and the children and whatever. So yeah, very quickly do the things come.
Okay. So after I take a sip of my wine, I ask the gangrel, so what did you want to talk about?
He says, right now there are preparations for war with the south of Sofia. The gangrels and the crones there have been very naughty in the past few years, especially since the separation of the city from Bulgaria. Tarnov, Dharma, and the Cartians have all decided that it's for everyone's interest to do a little bit of a cleanup. Vrazhden here is a historian, which we are very sure and certain has already tapped into some of the mysteries around the crown. Oh, wait. He's talking about this in front of the woman. So he needs to do this in a little bit more of a hidden way. Or to send the woman away. No, but she has to be there. So yeah. Okay. Yeah, the gangrel is a little bit annoyed that he has to take into consideration talking in front of her. So he says, and he looks at her eyes and says, look, sweetie, your man here is a man that is a very curious man. And he knows a great lot of things that we would also love to know, because it would make things easier for everyone, And actually, what he'll be doing is helping us make the city a little bit of a safer place, because when there is only one side in a war, it's not really a war, isn't it? And I'm sure that you, Vladi, will be invited in such a business as well.
Oh, I'm certain that our boss would benefit a lot from his help. However,
Well, me and you, we have different bosses right now, but that doesn't need to stay like that for too long.
that's fair.
Territories are already changing. Your boss going to the south, you can stay in the center with the new administration.
That seems like a very, very juicy proposition. I'll have to get back to you on that one.
Vrazhden looks at the gangrel and you and says, so you two obviously know who he's working for. But how about you update me as well? Are we talking about the Invictus? Or he wouldn't say the Invictus. He would
Why
say,
wouldn't
are
he
we
say
talking
the Invictus? The Invictus does sound like, I don't know, some fucking law firm or something.
All right, yeah.
As long as he's not going around like, whose blood are we sipping on tonight? I don't think there's...
True, yeah. Yeah, he does say Invictus then. And the gangrel is yep. We serve the other prince. Or the one real prince, if you ask me. Especially since the recent events.
Oh yeah, I did miss that team meeting.
Really? Where were you during that meeting? If you don't ask me peering into a lady's
I was on
private
paid
life.
leave. I had some time to myself, you know, get a few sessions at the spa, relax after all the hard work I did for my boss.
Have you given up on breaking the masquerade with your silly chase with the police and the morgue and all that?
I look at Vrazhden's woman.
Yeah, she's pretty much like, oh, I don't want to be here.
It's okay, he's talking about a game. And I look back at the gangrel and I tell him, well, obviously, I am a good girl.
That's good. That's very good. So how about, what are your plans for the rest of the night?
Well, I'll just play it by ear, because I didn't really have any plans in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you propose?
You two can come with me, and I can introduce you to the prince, and she can offer you a lot of things, like protection, finances, contacts, you know, freedom from Tarnov or the east of Sofia. Pretty much everything that a winner would benefit from.
Well, now you're just making me embarrassed. I feel a little underdressed for meeting up with Her Majesty. And I do believe it's quite late. And I look at Vrazhden's woman, and we should probably sleep on this invitation.
Sadly, I don't think I can accept a postponing of this invitation. You, of course, are free to go. Vrazhden, although, will have to come with me.
Okay, well, now, he is a friend of mine, and I would be a very, very bad friend if I let him go alone to such an important meeting. If I could just make a phone call, I'll be right back with you.
Yeah, I'm not sure that can happen.
Fuck, why did I say phone? In my head, I prepared myself to say, I'll need to use the ladies' room, and I'll get right back to you.
Most likely he would also have
Yeah.
said, yeah.
Fuck. Yeah.
He's a sly little gangrel, and he knows how phones work.
Yeah.
And you already sent people to deal with your problems, so he doesn't want to add more blood to the list tonight. But as you're talking, he's devouring this meat.
This steak, this
And
juicy,
he seems
juicy.
to be enjoying it. You know, as far as you can tell, it's he's not faking. So maybe he somehow has better experience with food than you.
Yeah, well, fuck him. I have better experience with alcohol.
There you go. To each to their own.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite the conundrum. Can I try and text Marietta under the table?
Yeah, sure. Give me a dexterity plus stealth.
Okay.
Or maybe dexterity plus computers. Is that gonna be better?
Hold on.
Actually, okay, let's do it like this. Wits plus stealth.
Okay.
Let's do wits plus stealth.
Very well. So that's 5 dice.
Let's go.
That's 1 success.
One success is enough. You catch him at the moment in which he drops part of the foot on his shirt, and he, tries to get rid of that. At that moment, you message Marietta, and you say what?
A gangrel is trying to take me and Vrazhden to Dharma. That's what I text, sent, and just put my phone away.
Okay. Give me a moment. As the conversation keeps going, you do get a notification that you do get a message back.
Oh yeah, and if I could just location.
Oh, you
send
sent
her.
location.
Yeah.
Okay. She says, "Do you want out?" Question mark.
Yes.
On it. She says. So yeah, the guy pretty much finishes with his meal, burps
Loudly.
wildly, and says, "How about we escort your lady friend here back to her apartment, and then the three of us can get going. Actually, the hotel is nearby."
If it's nearby, then we don't have to hurry up. I would actually love to get another glass of this wine. See, I don't usually treat myself to...
There will be plenty of wine where we're going, so you should save yourself some space.
Okay, let me just take care of the check.
There is something very Spasian-ish in his way of talking, of this guy. So you can guess that most likely he works or has worked under Spasian at some point. I mean, obviously he's not as smooth in his diplomacy as Spasian is, but yeah, he is very observant. In the sense of he notices your attempts to slow things down.
Yeah. Well, that's a bit of a fuck. So I'm just gonna ask the waitress for the check. And as it arrives, I'm gonna take out my purse and start ruffling things in it. just looking for something.
Okay.
Do I notice him getting impatient?
Not yet. And actually, Vrazhden uses the opportunity to say, "I don't think it's safe for her to go to her apartment, and I want to order her a taxi, and she'll go somewhere where you don't know where it is, and I don't think I'll be coming if you don't let me do this." And the gangrel now seems very impatient, but he grinds his teeth a little bit, but he still says, "Yeah, sure, okay, do order a taxi." The girl tries to protest, but Vrazhden very quickly says, "Look, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We really are just gonna talk, okay? I mean, they want me alive."
That's something to tell your lover. They want me alive.
Yeah, I mean, he did tell you that he was kind of selfish in his relationship with her, and he definitely is putting her through a lot. I mean, yeah, not in any abusive way, but obviously, yeah, the
a lot
stress.
of stress.
A lot of stress. Yeah, just another human drama.
Fuck him.
And
As long as he plays game with me, everything is gonna be fine.
the taxi is ordered. You are pretty much standing in front of the dinery right now. She enters and tells something to the taxi guy. Hesitantly, she looks at you, and the taxi goes. You are still have your location pinned.
Well, obviously, it's
Correct.
for an hour.
So, how much would you say is for someone to come from South Park, from Student Village to Zone B5 with a car.
With a car, 15 minutes.
15 minutes. Would you have been stalling for 15 minutes? Roll me wits plus intelligence. Let's see. Oh, no, wits plus manipulation.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see if the two of you manage to.
7.
To stall enough.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and we reroll 3 of those.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you definitely.
That's 5 successes.
5 successes, sure thing. Okay, so you can feel the air becoming heavier as a couple of Kindred show from different corners around the diner, and they pretty much remain at around 15 meters away from you. You can see at least 4 of them, and the gangrel seems very annoyed, and it's like seems like just more and more birds flying tonight.
Well, you did say that Neo-Sofia needs a culling. Are those some of yours?
Are they not of yours? They're mine. Very commanding voice
Yeah.
booms, a woman's voice, as a tall blonde woman with black sunglasses arrives at the. You know who that is? No fucking idiot. Oh, okay. Arrives at the scene. She just looks at you and tells you, "Who do you want to get rid of? Is this the only guy?"
I just pointed them. Yep, that's the one.
And he's like, "Hey, we're in front of a family place. I don't think you'll do anything. I don't think we should make any more noise and commotion, right?" And the woman just says, "Oh, don't worry, sweetie. We're gonna be very quick." And as she removes her sunglasses, wait a minute. As she removes her sunglasses, she peers at him, and you can see the gangrel just freezes in place, in motion. She kind of scoffs as if she is annoyed that only this happened and nothing more. She puts back her sunglasses, and 2 of the gangrels grab this one and very quietly get him inside of a car. What about this little bird here? Is he with you?
Yes. I'm very much sorry to cause all this commotion, but he is, I should say, my mission for our common friend.
Well, you're doing a very bad job at your mission.
I would love to debrief you with all the details of why.
I don't think I care.
Well,
What's important to me is that you wasted my time tonight. Make better work next time. And she just snaps her fingers, and the rest of the gangrels and her leave in another car and just move away.
goodness.
And
Well, I'm gonna remember this, bitch. I'm definitely gonna remember this.
Oh, dude. If only Vancy did take you in that meeting.
I just figured it out. Shit. But Vlad
Yeah.
didn't know at the time.
Yeah, true. Goodness gracious. I love that we're playing between a season 1 and a season 2
Yeah,
of our
that's
ongoing
amazing.
campaign. So you, in a way, you already have some foresight in who some Kindred are and everything. But I think that is works very well with the fact that in a way you are the Oracle, right? So sooner or later, your visions of the future will be
Well,
part
I'm
of
not
the game.
the Oracle yet.
You're not the
I'm
Oracle
going
yet.
to
True.
become the Oracle. That's some spoilers for you listeners.
Although I would say you can still use your Kruak, in some sort of a narratively changed way. Like you use it subconsciously, just because I don't want to change the character sheet.
I'm not gonna be using my Croak. Obviously, I learned the Croak in the 2 months between the seasons.
Yeah, exactly. But what I'm saying is that we can use the mechanic of the Croak without being the Croak. We can say that you have some sort of dream visions that you're experiencing.
I would wait
Okay.
until I've gotten at least some experience with the Crones.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just saying that you can tap into that if you desire so.
Yeah.
We'll just narrate
Thank
it
you.
as a subconscious experience rather than a consciously made choice.
I appreciate being given the option.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna call Marietta, and I'm just gonna say, does she pick up?
Just a moment. Yep, she picks up the phone. I guess everything is fine now.
I'm so sorry for this. It's just that the Invictus moved faster than we anticipated. Vrazhden's with me now.
Okay.
Do you want me to bring him back to our place? Or... Because he is looking for a safe haven anyway.
Well, he can't come to our place. But how about we meet? In a co-op? In the student village.
Don't fucking say it.
What?
Don't say Biat.
No, I mean Biat is not in. Wait, Biat is not in student village.
I have
isn't
no
it?
fucking idea. I don't go to clubs. dude.
Biat is in the center.
Oh, okay.
If I am correct, but I'm almost sure that Biat is in the center.
Okay.
No, this one is another high
Excellent.
class
Perfect.
co-op. Yeah, she gives you the address and says, yeah. After tonight, I think Vrazhden would be very easy to persuade. Let's do some business. Good work, Vladim.
My thoughts exactly. I hang up, I turn to Vrazhden and I say, well, it seems that we will make even faster progress on the whole protection thing.
How so?
You are gonna meet with one of my benefactors.
So you're not so alone, huh?
Well, did you expect that a historian would be the first contact I want to make when I became a kindred? I mean,
Okay.
I love knowledge, but I love being safe more.
Yeah, sure. And right now I can really use that. Fine. Where are we going?
To a club
Okay.
in Students' Village.
Students' village.
Yes.
South of Sofia. You know whose territory is that, right?
Well, that remains to be seen, if I know this.
Oh, you don't say that remains to be seen.
No, I don't say that. I just tell him, you don't need to worry your pretty little head.
Well, that's all I'm doing. Worrying.
Oh.
Sure, okay.
Okay, let's just...
Whoever your benefactor is did save us, Kin. That's the least I owe him. Okay, let's go. I guess you grab a taxi.
Yes.
Yeah. As that is going, he does make a call to the woman. He asks her if everything is okay. He tells her, look, we resolved the problem. We got saved. We got saved by some of Vlad's people, so I do owe her now, and I need to conduct some business with her tonight. But rest assured, I'll call you later to come to your place.
Excellent.
And the two of you head towards that club. In Student Village, it's quite lively tonight. Apparently, there is some sort of a promotional mass event between clubs, and everyone is partying like crazy. So, the taxi leads you to the bar, and as we said, it's quite a lively night in Student Village in the south of Sofia. You enter this quite a big bar, which is not really full of students, as you can see, more like young goon / playboy type of people, like men who are bulging their muscles through their shirts.
So basically students from UNSS.
I guess, okay, yeah, we can say that. We can say that. But yeah, a little bit older, like mid-20s kind of people. It's quite filled. And somewhere on the dance ring, you can feel the beast of your sire, Marietta, who is flirting with some guy that is trying to look like some sort of a big type of a guy. Yeah, someone important.
Yeah.
Someone important. Yeah. So yeah, what do? Do you wait for her? Do you make your presence known?
I will wait for her to finish her business. In the meantime, I am going to activate Bush of Life once again because I think the last scene ended.
Yeah.
I'm gonna order 3 consecutive shots of tequila.
All right.
And
You should drink a lot, says Vrazhden. Does it really affect you?
as much as it needs to. Do you wanna grab a bite?
No, not really. I don't want to mess with anyone's feeding grounds right now.
Okay, well, would you mind waiting a couple of minutes for me to sate my hunger?
Sure thing. Are you WoW on Vitae by any chance?
Are you asking out of character?
Yeah, out of character.
Well, not really, but I like
But
to
why
be topped off.
Yeah.
And it's like a very small sum, so right now it's not a risk for anybody I feed on. So I'm gonna drink a shot of tequila, take the other 2 in my hands, and I'm going to find somebody who looks like he's on the quote-unquote prowl. Someone who, the type of dude who looks...
99% of the population of this bar is on the prowl.
Fuck me. Okay. Well, you know what? Fuck that. I'm gonna find a girl.
Sure thing. Let's go.
I'm disgusted by these pigs.
By this croissant men, as I like to call them.
That's a very, very good nomenclature.
Yeah. With their balloon muscles and everything.
Yeah, so
and
I'm
their
gonna
over-expensive shirts.
I'm gonna try and find a lady.
A lady. Let's go with a lady.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walk around, you notice that somebody is looking at you. A girl who is with her lady friends, sitting on one of the tables, and has been checking you out extensively. And as you walk eyes with her, she takes a moment before she looks away. So she does make you aware.
Excellent. I'm gonna go right to her, offer her one of the shot glasses, and just say, goodness, you can just cut the testosterone in the air with a knife.
Yeah. Honestly, very annoying. And the 3 other girls are like, well, not annoying for us. And they, they giggle as they're oogling some guys at the dance floor.
Well, everybody's gotta have their fun. I hand her the shot. Does she take the tequila?
Oh yeah, definitely. Actually, do roll me a socialize plus presence, just for the ritual.
Well, with the way I've been rolling tonight, presence plus socialize, you say. Okay, so that's 5 dice. And 2 successes.
2 successes. Yeah, she takes the shot, without a beat of a pause. She drinks the tequila with you and says, "Yeah, let's go wild, all right? Time to do some dancing." And she shots the tequila, pretty much grabs you by the arm and leads you to the dance floor.
Okay, so we start dancing, and I'm getting a bit handsy with her.
All right.
Does she react?
Positively.
Oh, excellent. Fuck it. I'm straightforward. I'm gonna go in for the kiss. Not the vampire kiss yet.
Okay.
Yet.
Okay. So you do walk lips with her. Is this the first time you've kissed someone since you have been embraced?
I don't think so.
Because I remember a lot of forehead kisses.
A lot of forehead kisses?
Yeah, weren't you kissing people on the foreheads?
I kissed them on the forehead after I drank their blood. I'm a very wholesome vampire.
Absolutely.
Okay, It might be.
Big sister vibes.
It might be the first time, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So, you very quickly realize that the passion that you thought you had is actually just the beast faking it.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, it's a little bit disappointing that it's not as awesome as before when you were alive. But she still feels good about it. Like you can pretty much see in her face that she does enjoy the kiss. So that's good, but you realize that for you it was a little bit mechanical.
That's fine by me. Most of what Vladdy does is mechanical.
Yeah, but her pulse does go up. She's excited, and she comes even closer to you. Like for a how are those dances called? Not the swole type of dancing, but
Grind?
I mean, sure, let's go with a grind, but that wasn't really what I'm imagining. I mean, she's hands around your neck, that type of thing. I guess that is slow dancing, actually.
Yeah, it is slow dancing.
But it's not a slow song.
Yeah, fuck it.
But yeah, you improvise. You're vibing. You improvise, and you're having fun. You're having fun.
So I'm gonna kiss her on the cheek, and I'm gonna whisper, "Let's make it a bit more interesting."
Mm-hmm. You should tell me your name first.
And I get real close to her ear.
Okay.
And I say, Tatiana.
You say Tatiana.
Tatiana. And
okay.
I bite into her neck.
You bite into her neck. As you whisper those words and your teeth sink into her flesh, you drink the blood of someone who is very free-spirited. And you can almost sense some sort of relief. You yourself have not realized how much weight you feel on your shoulders during these past few months, but the blood of this person is just so freeing. Yeah, it's like some sort of medicine. Honestly, I would give you 1 free vitae for every 2 you suck from her.
Well, I'm just gonna suck 3 all in all. So I'm gonna suck 2 and 1 free.
Okay, yeah, sure thing. So in a way you drain very little from her, and she does not go in that usual, almost collapsing state of people that you almost drain usually. She's obviously hazy. She has you have inflicted the wanton upon her, so she's very suggestible and everything. But she does keep the dance. She actually kind of goes a little bit slower. Obviously, like she cannot fully control herself. She gives you her name. What the hell would her name be? Let's say Vesela. Why not?
Vesela, why not?
Such a awesome name.
Yeah. She is Vesela.
Did we have another Vesela in the NPC list? I don't think so.
No.
Okay, this is Vesela. Let's go.
Excellent.
I don't think you come here a lot.
No, that's my first time since I graduated.
And when was that?
Oh, like 3 years ago.
All right. And what do you do now?
Oh, I'm
other than kissing strangers at bars with croissant man.
Only kissing beautiful strangers.
Okay, smooth. She says.
Well, I'm an entrepreneur.
Are we right now role-playing 2 girls that are making out?
Sure, why the fuck not?
Yeah, why not? I mean, our relationship is so strong. We go beyond the borders.
Obviously.
Of whatever.
You seem a bit pale. Do you wanna take a break?
Oh, actually, now that you say that, maybe I do need to sit down a little bit. Hey, how about I take your number?
Sure thing.
Mm-hmm.
I give her my number with 1 digit off.
Okay, and by off, do you mean like -1 + 1?
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright, alright. Don't mind me just rolling some dice. Yeah, definitely don't mind me just rolling some dice.
Okay, fuck.
Yeah. She rings you immediately, pretty much. as you give her your number. And she sees that your phone isn't ringing, and she's
but
like,
my phone is not on me. It's in my purse.
It's in your purse. Oh, true. Okay. Okay. Okay, sneaky you. Yeah.
I'm just gonna add your contact when I get back to it.
All right. She does give you a little hug, and she
I kiss
says,
her on the forehead.
Yeah. Classic wholesome body. And yeah, she says, "Hey, don't leave the coop without me." And she goes back to her seat.
Okay.
To chew a little bit.
And we never heard from her again.
As that is happening,
You know what?
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go back to her table.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna say, I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong number. I messed up. Lapsus, as they say. And I'm gonna actually give her my real number.
Hell yeah.
I think Vladimira being on 3 shots of tequila feels a bit guilty about it. So I'm going to mend my mistake.
Hell yeah. Especially for someone with 4 humanity, that is such a good thing to do.
Yeah.
If this was the computer game, I would have said humanity restored, but I don't think the system here allows that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hell yeah, that was very cool. As you do that, you feel another beast approaching you.
Mm-hmm.
And you turn around, it's Marietta, who is kind of with her lipstick off a little bit. And she says, "Seems like you're having fun. Am I interrupting something?"
Oh, are we away from the girls' table?
Yeah, enough.
Yeah, fair. Oh, just finishing up some informal errands. I have Vrazhden waiting for you, actually. I think he is very eager to talk to you.
Sure. Let's do some work. I hope you are not too stressed the events that transpired tonight. Who was that? I mean, we'll talk about it when we sit down.
Yeah.
So she grabs you by the hand, leads you towards Vrazhden, and she tells the barman something about you guys are going to use the
The VIP room?
something like a VIP room, but not really. Apparently there is another section of the place. So as you enter, you pretty much see that this is part of the administrative side of the building, but it's still kind of fancy, good couches and everything. So whoever the manager or the owner is has provided Marietta with access to this place, and you can sit here and have a conversation without being bothered by others. All of you sit down, and she says, "You must be Vrazhden." Yes, I am. And let me see if Vrazhden knows who Marietta is. And I'm a bit surprised to see. I mean, maybe I shouldn't be surprised to see you here, he says, in Kron territory. Marietta smiles, a guilty smile, type of a thing.
Do you two know each other?
Well, it seems that I am known, but I don't remember ever meeting you in person. Vrazhden says, others tend to miss out on me quite a lot unless I'm useful to them. Then suddenly everyone knows where I live, which has been a little bit of a problem.
Well, we're here to mend that problem.
Do you assume Marietta was the mysterious benefactor from yesterday? And she gives another guilty smile.
Not quite, actually. The protection I offered, for that one, I was being honest, it wasn't her. Oh wait, yeah, you're talking about the wine. Yeah,
I'm talking about the wine.
It was her. Sorry, Vrazhden. Yep, that's the one.
I was just trying to set up the mood for the conversations to be smooth. And he says, "Look, I appreciate the help you gave me tonight. Sure, I am part of the Invictus, at least on paper, but I don't want anything to do with Dharma. She is at least as crazy as Tarnov is, but I also don't want anything to do with your kind." And Marietta is a little bit offended by that.
Now you're just being rude.
Indeed. I now own a little bit too big of a favor for saving your ass from that little pup that was messing with you. So, hey, how about at least we're just talking. We're just talking. And he says, look, all three of us are Ventro. Talking is dangerous enough. But sure, I owe you this much.
At least those are better terms than what you would have gotten from Dharma.
Indeed. That is indeed correct. It's just that I feel that the thing that I'm trying to escape from just tightens the noose around my neck even further on.
Well,
Let me see his resolve. But sure, I guess I have to accept things as they are. So, what would it be?
well, you were afraid of the Invictus, and we can definitely offer you some protection from them.
You say we. So you don't consider yourself part of the Invictus.
I just smile. I don't say anything.
You sly woman. There's no coming back from if I do this.
Do you want to come back?
Depends on how sure you are that you can survive in this thing. I mean, you don't really expect to get rid of the Invictus from the city, right? Because that's a little bit too much. However this war ends, the Invictus will stay. The Cartians
definitely.
most likely do.
Definitely. Oh, we have no quarrel with the Cartians, but the Invictus will definitely be restructured after we're done. So I don't think it's a problem if they stay.
And Marietta says the Crones are also not going anywhere. They may think they can do a full culling, but our numbers are enough to handle this properly, both politically and physically, and maybe magically. And he gives him a little bit of a wink.
God, I love being a witch.
He says, okay, so what I still don't understand is why am I specifically needed by you? And Marietta says, well, whatever benefit you give us is a benefit that we are limiting the Invictus from. So that's a very logical start. But also, you know a little bit too much about the Crones. I know you've been a good boy and you haven't been sharing those secrets slightly, but you see some of the more traditional thinking kindred and birds inside the circle are very anxious of having non-acolytes to possess this type of knowledge. You see, only recently we lost a very important bird that ran away straight to Tarnov and is now singing our secrets to him. We just didn't want a historian to be able to confirm or deny what she knows. So this is a damage control kind of a situation. But also, I am trying to save your skin from the Crones, because even along the Invictus, you won't be safe enough from them. We do have means to handle the weaker blood amongst the birds. He nods in some sort of understanding and says, "You don't expect me to fight? Oh no, not at all. We would just like for you to be part of our tacticians and the tactical minds."
I turn to him and I say, just as you told me, you're a merchant of information, and information is quite valuable in times of war.
If I do this, I need to be under the radar. I don't want any more Cartians, Invictus, fucking Wansea, or whatever to find where I'm living and to keep messing with me. Can we do that? If you give me that safety, sure, I will be helping you. And you won't tell anyone, and I mean anyone, that you're getting your info from me. Sure, yeah, we can do that. Of course, I have to share this with a couple of very close to me birds, but that is something that I have to do, and there is no way I can negotiate around that. He nods an obvious understanding, says, sure. Fine. Fine, I'll do it.
I pat him on the back. And I say, well, now that business is done with, let's get some drinking done.
Actually, I'd prefer if I can leave immediately.
And where will you go?
You know, he says, and looks at you in the hopes of you not saying anything more about it.
Okay, well, you're missing out on a night of fun.
Yeah, I don't think this night can be any fun for me. I'm sorry, ladies. It's definitely not your company that keeps me distracted. Marietta says, tomorrow night we'll have an apartment prepared for you. So how about you spend 2 nights at a hotel with Vladi, who will make sure we don't lose contact. Is that okay? And I mean, in a way, it's a question for both of you.
I look at him with obviously acted up puppy eyes. Don't you want to sleep over?
He looks very like he doesn't want to be here, pretty much, you know, like this is the most miserable venture you've encountered so far. This guy is very low in the food chain, you know, almost feels like he's been embraced by mistake. You know, because sure, he does have some of the I look down on other people type of a thing, but he definitely doesn't.
But he looks down on people online.
Yeah, that kind of a thing, you know. Like he was always talking about the gangrels in a demeaning way until there was a gangrel in front, and then he was like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. I just need to go do a call to make sure nobody's worried about my location. Okay? Yes, of course. No worries about that. Marietta stands up, shakes his hand. You know, he kind of miserably gives a handshake, and she says, "Look, I understand your worries, and I will make sure that most nights you won't even remember that you are at war. You know, things will go very smooth for everyone. I know." And with that, she pretty much gives you the address of a hotel, where she tells you, we have ghouls that will be looking for you during the day, so don't worry about that.
Excellent.
Nobody will be disturbing you.
Excellent.
And whoever you're calling, Vrazhden, make sure you don't tell them where exactly you're sleeping. We don't want any uninvited guests who may cause a tantrum. Yeah, he nods. And she pretty much leaves the two of you and goes back to whoever her date is. So Vrazhden says, do you mind if we just go now?
Yeah, let's.
As you're trying to leave the place, Vesela taps you on the shoulder and says, hey, is everything all right?
I just look at her a bit sour. It seems my fun has been cut short.
Oh, is everything okay? And you know, she kind of has a worried look on her face. As hey, is she going out with someone else? And I'm like the third wheel, or what's going on?
Oh no, there's no trouble. It's just business fucks with my personal life. But don't worry, I take my phone out and I dial her number.
All right.
And into the phone, I say, when I'm done, I'm gonna call you.
All right. Hey, it was very nice meeting you. So see you soon, I guess.
The feeling is mutual.
Okay. And with this, you leave towards the hotel, which apparently is almost at the wall around the. Well, pretty much this is the road that completely surrounds Sofia for better traffic. But right now, as Sofia has detached from Bulgaria, this long boulevard or whatever has been turned into a wall that completely surrounds the city. So this hotel is almost at the wall, and is completely empty. Completely empty, although there are a couple of military trucks parked in front. And the people from the personnel are so eager to have you here, you're their first first civilian business in maybe a month or something like that. You can see that these people are struggling to keep this place around. But hey, that's part of living in Neo-Sofia these days.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
What can you do?
You go up the stairs into a very, very, very well prepared room. Only one bed. Because, apparently they thought you two were a couple doing whatever.
Understandable, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't matter. We turn to corpses in daylight.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
who cares?
Yeah. He does make a phone call. What you would assume would be the girl. And with this, the night is almost over. Is there anything else that you want to do? Actually, you get a call from Rado.
Mm-hmm.
He says, Vladi, what the fuck, girl? What happened to my boys?
Well, I left them in front of the place they needed to guard. I went up for a conversation, and when I got back down, they were mauled by a couple of pit bulls.
Fucking hell. How did this happen?
I have no fucking idea.
Who are you fucking with?
Those were just stray dogs. It's Zone B5. There's whole packs of them. You can't expect me to control the dogs.
Girl, look.
Of Sofia.
Look, I mean, okay, we can bullshit the police about this, but we're a team, right? These guys have not been mauled by dogs. Tell me what's going on.
Dude, listen. I went up for a conversation. I got back down. Mm-hmm. What I saw was them three lying on the ground like pathetic little bitches with their crowbars in their hands and a couple of dead dogs. That's all I saw.
Crowbars? These guys didn't have crowbars. Look, if you remember as a player, the crowbars were actually the hooded people.
I know they are.
Yeah.
But what the fuck do you mean they didn't? Did you send 3 unarmed people to guard the place, you fucking idiot?
They just don't use crowbars. They have boxes there. They have knives. They I know how they deal with things.
So you're saying that those were not their weapons?
Yes, I'm fucking saying that. I know these dudes.
Well, then I guess my...
Is this like a progression from yesterday?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think so. It could be. I don't think what was that drug boss's name? The ghoul that I took care of?
You actually never learned that.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about. Yeah, well, he didn't seem like the vindictive type, but I wouldn't put it past him. He could have sent a couple of dudes, but that's not even our territory, so I don't think that's related.
Look, Vlad, if word goes out that we mess up like this, I'm going to very quickly start losing contacts.
How the fuck did we mess up on this? We employed 3 people to guard the place and they didn't do their job. How is this a fuck up on us?
I don't know, whatever they were hired to do, it was bigger than them, is what I'm saying.
That's a risk of the job.
And I don't think I can employ these guys very easily again. And they are good hitters. They're good heavy hitters.
I'll talk to them.
Well, you better bring a lot of your hospitality to the table. They're at Pirogov. Apparently tomorrow they'll be sent to the military hospital. Yeah, definitely give them a visit. That can smoothen things a little bit. Hopefully.
Well,
should we pause this operation? Do you think should we pause right now?
No, fuck off! Don't pussy out on me, dude.
No, I'm not pushing out. I'm just trying to be strategic. We don't want to go against the currents.
If you don't go against the currents, you're just gonna wash up on some fucking beach. Listen, Rado, don't lose your cool. We knew this is gonna happen. We knew there was gonna be violence. We cannot re-establish our operation without first taking care of some of the current tenants.
look, if we're gonna do warfare, we need proper guns. And I myself cannot find those. So maybe you and your Asian friend should think about that.
That we will. That's something that has been in my mind for quite a long time. Guns, we shall find you. Don't you worry your pretty little head.
You keep saying that. And every night I worry more.
Well, don't blame your gray hairs on me.
Yeah. All right, Vladi. Anything else I need to know?
No, not really.
Not really.
Good night.
Good night. As you close the phone, you kind of reminisce about your relationship with Radu compared to whatever relationship Vrazhden and his woman have. As in a way, Radu is your anchor to humanity, although being detached.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, how do you spend the rest of the night?
Well, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
All right. So, pretty much you and Vrazhden fall into this dreamless sleep. That is, your day sleep, pretty much, as the sun begins to dawn. And this would be the end of the current episode. Excellent.
Oh, that was so good.
Thank you so much for playing.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
And let's call this the